Hi, I'm Matt Weber, and I'm running to be your most trustworthy Catholic TV host. Over the next 27 minutes, it is my hope to share with you a vision for my plan that will make Catholic TV great again. Because while it's all for you, it is us that makes you part of I, with me, and God. God bless you. May God bless this show. Cut to the sequence. Welcome back to The Lens. I'm Matt Weber, both host and moderator of today's debate discussion on who you, America's Catholic television viewer, trust most and feel will bring Catholic TV into the dawn of a new era of religious television. The format is simple. I will pose a question, and the other candidates with me on the stage will have a minute to answer the question. I will be in complete control of the debate. I will be a participant in the debate, and I will be the sole judge of the debate. It will be fair, balanced, and straightforward. And a coin flip has determined that I will go first. So the first question goes to me. Matt Weber, in 6 words, what would you say to someone who worries about changing your signature look of wearing these glasses on every show on The Lens on Catholic TV? It's a really good question. Read my lips. No new glasses. I thought that was a good answer. The next question is for Miss Helen Lee, Director of Digital for Catholic TV. Helen, the current 2015 tax code for registered 501c3s in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts offers a variety of unique exemptions for religious organizations based on the P ratio of current macroeconomic estimates. How would you address proximal aggregation of itemized filings for said organizations, Helen?
I'll tell you how, Matt. We will find great credits, we will save retirement funds, seemingly by magic, and we will claim deductions that will be phenomenal. Phenomenal! I have brilliant people working on this as we speak.
A very good answer, Helen. I would have also accepted I did not have intellectual relations with that question. All right, Mr. Charles Green, prop master and lighting technician for Catholic TV. There are ostensibly 3 very visible candidates on The Lens. What differentiates you from both Mr. Weber and Miss Lee, and why is that difference important?
Matt, I'm so glad you asked that question. It makes me very happy, that question does, because it's wrong, that question, because in a real sense, what's important is what brings us together. And what brings us together is our differences. And in a real sense, isn't that what separates us from one another? And that's what's wrong, I think, with the whole landscape that we see today. Thank you. I yield back the balance of my time.
Mr. Lee, Mr. Green, I'm supposed to remain impartial, but hearing that answer, I must wave the flag. Thank you. We'll now be moving on to the lightning round of our debate. Miss Lee, the first question is for you. Miss Lee, what are your thoughts on illegal litigation? Let me repeat the question. Miss Lee, what are your thoughts on illegal litigation?
Simple, Matt. We need to reform our courts. We can't let the justice system destroy any more lives, whether it's a beagle or any other domesticated animal.
Thank you, Miss Lee. Mr. Green, what would you do to improve the economy? Class section on cross-country airplane flights. Let me repeat. What would you do to improve the economy? Class section of cross-country airplane flights.
Wow. I'm even gladder about this question than the other one. Because as we move, as our great nation moves, through the sunny uplands of our glorious future and onto the vast picnic grounds of our children's future, we have to remember that the ants of despair and the flies of doubt are always threatening to ruin our picnic.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Now our final statements. Through random coin flick, I've elected to go first. Ladies and gentlemen of Catholic TV, there's a lot of theater on television these days. Some of it makes sense, much does not. Some signal a good deal of noise. My vision for Catholic TV is to live the words of Mark chapter 1, verse 3, to be the voice of one crying in the wilderness, making ready the way of the Lord, making his path straight. This is my platform, one firmly placed in the heart of my soul, a vision of God and man united together, one channel, humble, contrite, yet prepared to be the many words of what is good. Amen, and thank you. Charles, your closing words.
Well, I'd like to compliment you on maintaining a tone of civility, which I think is sadly gone. And I'd just like to let everyone know that while my opponents are, in fact, the evil one's representatives on earth, whose every word and deed is in furtherance of their vile plot to consign you to miserable slavery forever, I want to be your best friend.
That hurt my feelings. Helen, your closing statement, please.
Thank you, Matt. Viewers, I believe in the simple things that make this network great. Family, faith, togetherness. As head of my department, I've managed to be more or less well-liked without making any catastrophic mistakes. And with these two relatively low standards, I believe I can single-handedly make of this network an updated, moderately better network. Thank you.
Helen, interesting closing statement, which leads us to the end of this charade. A playful look, some satire, with a point. Why did we just do what we did? Why was I acting slightly different than I usually do? Why was Helen acting her true self? And why was Charles acting his true self? Right now, everywhere, on every channel, some leader is trying to get you to like him or her. They will say whatever it takes to get you to adore them, to join them, to give to them, and in many ways, to worship them, at least for the next 15 months or so. Politicians, they exude power, they're ubiquitous, they command your attention, and they poke and they prod you daily with new messages, ideas, and vision. There will be a lot of chatter, manipulation, false prophets, and things said that you will have to determine, is it true? And my advice to you is this: don't lose sight of what is important. Find a compass during this period of political saturation and stay the course. It's early in this journey, and it's important to have reminders from other folks who, yes, are also vying for your time and attention, but in a way, the only hopes for one, you all, to have is wisdom. And whatever we, the humble candidates of the lens, can bring to you. Folks, that is the end of our debate. Everyone wins. Helen, Charles, well done. We'll be right back.